We thank you so much for joining us at this time. The federal government has confirmed it released a total of 1.14 billion naira for the purchase of 10 sport utility vehicles for the Republic of Niger at a time when the Academic Staff Union of Universities is on strike due to lack of funding. Addressing journalists after Wednesday's Federal Executive Council meeting, the Minister of Finance, Zainab Ahmed, said the gesture was a prerogative of the President, which was in line with the federal government's resolve to also cater for the neighbors. Correspondent Nabuchi Nabuchi sent in the report.
The minister said the gesture was part of government's efforts to ensure security of lives and property in the neighboring countries. She said giving the aid to the neighbors has always been part of the government policies, and doing it at this time can only help the countries manage and contain their security challenges without exporting it to Nigeria.
That was provided with vehicles for Niger. Let me just say that over time, Nigeria has had to support its neighbors, especially immediate neighbors, to enhance their capacity to secure their countries as it relates to us. This is not the first time that Nigeria has supported Niger, Cameroon, or Chad, and the President makes an assessment as to what is required.
The minister had earlier conveyed Council's approval of a memo from our ministry that will institutionalize good governance, learning and accountability for results that will contribute to improve socio-economic development of the country and enhance the well-being of citizens.
The Federal Ministry of Finance, Budget and National Planning presented a policy memo to Council, and the memo is on the National Monitoring and Evaluation Policy for the country. The policy defines a framework for the institutionalization of the practice of M&E to promote good governance, learning, and accountability for results that will contribute to improve socio-economic development of the country and enhance the well-being of citizens.
Ministers also reacted to the closure of some railway lines, particularly the Lagos-Kano route, due to the security situation in the country. Minister of Transport Muhazu Sambo said the suspension of rail services was to secure the rails rather than allow it to jeopardize the lives of citizens.
I would like to state clearly that it is better to suspend a service where there is imminent threat and clear that threat first, or where an incident had occurred, to investigate that incident rather than jeopardize the life of a single Nigerian.
According to the Minister of FCT, Mohammed Bello, Council also approved a total of 2.7 billion for the purchase of 60 operational vehicles and communication gadgets for security agencies in the Federal Capital Territory, while his information and communication counterpart Lai Mohammed announced Council's approval of a total of 810.5 million for the purchase of 25 operational vehicles for the ICPC.
Today at the Federal Executive Council, I presented a memo for the procurement of utility vehicles and security gadgets and accessories to support the security agencies operating within the Federal Capital Territory.
Which was to procure vehicles for the operational vehicles for the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, the ICPC. The ICPC made a request to procure 25 operational vehicles, 13 Toyota Hilux 2.7 liters and Peugeot 3008 SUV.
Other approvals made by the Council include the $2.59 billion for the development of the Badagry deep sea port.